Good evening, Fantasy Goats. How are you? It is Monday. It's 6 o'clock. Yes, don't be tricked. We are here at 6 o'clock to bring you the NFL divisional round. Oh my God, the divisional round. 50% of it lived up to its bill.
Yeah, it's literally the good, the bad, and the ugly, wasn't it?
Let me tell you what it was, Commissioner Rhino. By the way, that is the Commissioner Rhino. I am your shepherd, and yes, this is the Fantasy Goats YouTube channel. Don't forget, Goats. We are going to get into this divisional round reaction. We got some coaching news and notes and changes that are occurring right like in real time, literally real time. Some more vacancies are being filled.
Yeah.
We'll get content to you damn near all off season. Maybe not 7 days a week like we did during the season, but we will have it all off season. I promise to get a calendar of some sorts to you, some sort of little display of off season stuff.
Yeah, we are not going away, Goats.
No,
we are not. Listen, and actually, I think you're the same way. I think I kind of enjoy the in between season a little bit more than the season. You know.
I do. 51 to 49%.
Yeah.
There you go. Back to the 50%. And we're gonna get to why 50% of the games were fantastic and the other 50% were not fantastic. If you're new to this channel, all you gotta do, just please help us out. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Yeah, Rhino, 50% of the games. All right, so I mean the Broncos, the Bills. That lived up to it. I mean, we wrote that out. We wrote the game script out. We sent it in FedEx.
Yep.
FedEx over to the NFL's office. They approved it. And then they laid it out. Then they sent their versions. They sent their approved copies over to the Buffalo Bills and the Broncos.
A little bit, so
yeah. That game went exactly the way I wasn't surprised. Let me put it this way: I wasn't surprised by anything.
No, neither was I. Do you think if they would have had something like they've had a healthy J.K. Dobbins playing, do you think it would have been the same output, or do you think not? Because that's the one thing that was one of the key things I took away from that game was like, hey,
tell us.
The Denver's rush offense could not get going.
Can't run the ball.
Could not run the ball whatsoever. Could not run the ball. And I think I kept on talking to myself, you know, it's like, yo, Rhino, you know, if J.K. Dobbins was here, it might be different, huh, Rhino? I was like, yes, Rhino, you're right. It could be different.
I was along the lines of after the game was over and I'm going through some of my my trusted sources of reactions and digesting everything and watching highlights, watching, you know, more plays. I came away with it as they are absolutely 100% adding another running back.
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily an indictment on RJ Harvey.
No, not at all. He's not meant to be that kind of a player. He's meant to be a change of pace.
It's not an indictment on RJ Harvey, and perhaps RJ might even, you know, if he puts work into it, if he continues to, you know, hone in on his craft, his skill, whatever the hell the case may be, more, you know, just train, he could wind up becoming that type of featured lead back. But at this time he's not, and I don't think it's not necessarily, again. So yeah, to answer your question, or yes, I do think that if J.K. Dobbins was healthy, that's like asking you know, Santa Claus to deliver adults gifts on Christmas. But If J.K. Dobbins was healthy and they did open his practice window,
Today did.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do think the Broncos would have had a little bit more control over the game, or maybe a little bit more time of possession. Something, yes, I do.
And I think Pat Bryant going out with concussion, and then right after that, Troy Franklin going out with a hammy. I'm gonna change things up a little bit too.
I got my own thoughts on that. I got my own thoughts on that, but I don't want to spend too much time on that because it's the same. It's going to be the same case for Woody Marks. Okay, it's going to be that same.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same case. These guys. I mean, stop, or man up. But again, that's just me being me. Like it's a different NFL. Yeah. I don't know where to begin with Josh Allen and the Bills. Because again, on one hand, I'm absolutely gutted for him. On the other hand, it's like, you know what? They made their bed. Am I surprised McDermott was canned today?
No.
We already said
why wasn't Bean canned? Why wasn't he fired? They gave him almost a raise.
I think it's kind of like I don't know how you could really say that this is a trend, but it is a trend. That the head coaches are getting canned and the general managers are okay, with the exception of the Dolphins job, that where he was let go first. But you saw that with with Giants, Joe Shane. You saw that with the Ravens. DaCosta is still good to go. Khan is still good to go. It's just that you know what? I don't know if Brandon Bean like speed dialed the Pagulas. All right, man, I can fix this. Just give me a chance. Give me one more chance.
Give me one more chance.
Or give me 5 more chances. I can fix this. We'll fix this. I don't know if that's the case, or not necessarily in a begging sense, right? But more okay. Look, man, we've been to this game 5 straight years. We've got the 2-time or 1-time MVP. I mean, all we need to do is just make this little tweak here, this little tweak there, and I think if we bring in the right offensive-minded head coach or the right head coach, so maybe he did himself a nice little sale.
They could do all that. They could do all that, right? But I had a conversation with some people today, and they're blaming Josh Allen, and I'm not taking away his turnovers at all. Not
turnovers.
But when, and I'll equate this to Lamar Jackson too. Same thing. Both these quarterbacks, they have to put on the Superman cape. They have to be superheroes, because they had no supporting cast around them to help carry that load, except for a running game. If Buffalo, and I'll even say Baltimore too, if both these teams had alpha wide receiver 1, alpha wide receiver 2, kind of like the Eagles, like the Rams, or even on the low key, if they let's say the Buffalo Bills had Neighbors or Wan'Dale Robinson, Allen would have to put so much pressure on himself to freaking be a superhero. He could be Stafford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. I think sometimes they put so much pressure on themselves they make freaking boneheaded plays, because they, in their heads, they put the team on their back and they think they're doing the right thing, and then they don't. Just like the fumble when you're scrambling, that was just go down.
That was kind of catastrophic play, and there's no there's no margin. Excuse me. There's no margin of error.
No,
the margins are so thin where you can't cough up the ball and give the other team another possession. Here's the thing, right? I get what you're saying. And it's almost an age-old discussion, age-old argument. Like, every team would love to have a Puka. Every team would love to have a JSN. JSN didn't really torch the Niners. Everybody would love. Everybody would love to have. I don't know. I mean, go. Everyone would love to have Amon-Ra St. Brown. Everybody.
Jason did not torch the Niners, but Cooper Kupp. I wouldn't say he torched him, but he opened things up for him, and he was a reliable receiver that Darnold could go to.
Do the Buffalo Bills have the requisite weapons? No, they don't. They don't have the requisite defense in place either.
No.
All right, so it's more. There's more than just having a Pro Bowl, but the Pro Bowl caliber. That's the bar that the Bills should be looking for. Like, can we get 1,000-yard, 80-catch wide receiver, someone that defenses have to key in on? Well, I'm not asking for an All-Pro. I know we all can't have. We all don't have the luxury of Jamar Chase. It's just a fact. But I would have taken a Jalen Waddle. All right, let's just how about a Pro Bowl? The catch we could spend time on. It doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It is what it is. But
here's what does matter. The Bills were executing a game plan in the first half where they had control of the game. They had James Cook running the ball well. I mean, he finished with 118, but you notice that he was out of it. He was out of gas in the second half.
Yep.
And again, just like we can't necessarily fault RJ Harvey for not being that dude to cut through defenders in a divisional round playoff game. We can't necessarily blame James Cook for perhaps the elements there getting to him. That's just, I don't know that to be a fact, Goats, Rhino. I don't know that to be the case, but what I do know is we saw him on the sideline multiple times. He looked like he was like out of gas or out of energy. We saw Ray Davis in the game. Ray Davis didn't amount to nothing except for like one good catch. I mean, it may have got to the Bills running back, so that there goes their two-man game, and the rest is history. Gee, Brandon Cooks, if you thought that we were going to get the arrow coming out, I'm not shooting it off. I'm not gonna, because if he would have made that catch and it wouldn't have been an interception, then I'd do the arrow today.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you feel. Yes, I feel bad. I feel bad for Josh Allen. Of course, I feel bad for Josh Allen. Let's take the other side of the ball, real fast. How about like Bo Callahan?
Bo Nix just.
He
was poised. He made the throws. Some of the throws he made were dropped, unfortunately, but he made the right plays. He used his feet when he knew he could.
Anyone in particular drop passes? And just wondering if anyone that comes to mind. I saw Marvin Mims make a nice catch. Little Jordan dropped the ball.
CS did.
Little Jordan.
Yes, he did.
But Little Jordan came up with a touchdown catch as well.
He did.
Bo looked great. And Bo, somewhere along the line, broke his ankle in the process.
It was towards the end of the game when he scrambled to the.
Mm-hmm. That you want to talk about some shit luck, man? Some shit luck. Well, we're most likely going to get the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Most likely, they're already the favorite. I can tell you that much. We'll get more into that.
I bet.
We'll get more into that later on in the week. Yeah. The Broncos again. That defense doesn't scare me, although they did play a very good offensive team that's comprised of two players.
Right.
They played a very good offensive team because you have the best quarterback in the league, or one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, had the Broncos on the ropes. And that was that. Every time you see Patrick Surtain go out, look like he's banged up. He's out there. I don't know why Woody Marks constantly has to come out of a game.
Is that on him or is that on the coaching staff?
No, I think it's on him. I don't think that's on the coaching staff. No, what are you reporting? What are you telling them? Oh, no, I can't go back. I can't. Why are you coming out? Don't come out. You know that they're communicating with each other from on the field to the sideline in terms of how they want to rotate and whatnot. What do you do? Why are you coming off the field so often? Is my question. Why is it every game now? Why is it every game that Pat Bryant seems to be screwed up in his head? Again, this is me digressing. These are rookies. I'm not giving them enough leeway right now because it is the playoffs. Let's get to Foxborough. Fox.
You want to skip Seattle Niners?
Did you want to do it like a Sunday thing, or did you want to do it by conference?
Oh, we can do it by conference. That's fine.
No, let's. I don't want to. Let's not go from one rant to another. The Niners, the Seahawks. The Seahawks look like absolute dogs. The Seahawks look like dogs. That Seahawks defense. That's what the Broncos defense should look like.
Yeah.
The Seahawks defense. They didn't care what kind of offensive mind was on the field with them. They didn't care that you have the best running back or best dual threat in CMC. They didn't care.
They laid the wood to him. Period.
They didn't care. Slick Ricky Pearsall, Slick Juwan. They didn't care. Kittle's out. They didn't care.
Then Tungus went out after.
Tungus out. They didn't care. More par for the course with that team. More par in the year of 2025 in the San Francisco 49ers, the one dude that managed to stay the absolute healthiest, well, 98% healthy, because I think last week he was kind of like some stinger. Was that last week or was that this game?
It was this game. He got a stinger.
A little sting action.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I said when I saw that? Or when I saw how this game was going, I'm like, just get the rest of them out now.
Yeah, text me that.
Just get them out now. No more. Just don't even risk it. Like,
and when you're a team like Seattle and a defense like that, they never let their foot off the brake. You know?
No.
It's curb stomp after curb stomp after curb stomp. And I love that. I love that about defenses because it drives me crazy when defenses will we're up by 14 points. And all of a sudden start playing freaking conservative. You can't play conservative. You got choke the bitches out, man. You got the chance, man. And the Seahawks did that. Right
from the gun going off.
Yeah.
And Shaheed.
Why?
The snowball was already downhill at that point.
If
already downhill. You bring up you ask that question too. Why in the world would you kick to Shaheed? And my first knee jerk reaction was they don't give a crap. Well, here's my now more thought out reaction. It's a little bit it's difficult not to kick to these guys anymore, right? I mean, based on how everything's set up, like it's hard to just on a kickoff or a punt to kick it away without risking it going out of bounds.
There's way they can get around that though. If kick it into the end zone, they have to kneel it. You don't try to kick into the safe zone or wherever the landing zone.
So yeah, look. It definitely brings it into question. I have not listened to Kyle Shanahan as of yet. I don't know if I'm going to.
No.
Unless of course something major, which I highly doubt. I highly doubt them. They'll be back. They'll be back. They're going to get another. They'll get a pass based on the season's hospital.
Yeah.
The Niners couldn't do anything against that defense. It's just simple.
It's a miracle they freaking made it as far as they did.
Simple. Yes, yes, absolutely. They deserve a lot of credit for the way they not just coaching their teams, but getting their players bought
Right.
into the 49ers. Yes, there are a ton of teams that you can't get a whole entire unit all bought in. That's what I mean. I think that's the major problem. I think, oh no, not major problem. That's going to be the biggest challenge of
Mhm.
this new guy now going to Miami. Building culture. I don't know what the hell this guy's going to do there. No, whatever. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Anything like Kenny Walker?
Hey,
Kenny.
wait. Charbonnet done. ACL.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It's all about. Hey, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Go! Oh, look at who it is.
It's we're up again, West up. We're up. We're going at it again, brother.
West up, baby. The West up goat and the Bob goat. The Patriots are going to win another Super Bowl. I mean,
Mm.
it would be. It's not out of the question at this point.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get past either the Seahawks or the Rams.
They What up, Chone Goat, baby? Here's the Chone Goat. Here's the Chone motherfucking goat. Then the West up goat. So before the goats came in, oh yeah, Kenny Walker. Kenny Walker is interesting because like this dude's a free agent, and now I don't know if like the 3 touchdown game in a divisional against the beat up 49ers was going to get him his bag. I don't. I really don't. I don't know if the Seahawks are just going to be like, oh, you know what? Great game. I don't know if the Seahawks and their running backs are going to reward you off of one game versus let's take a
No,
look at the whole body of work. And you know what? I mean, I don't know if they need Kenny Skywalker to continue to do what they're doing, but
I've seen,
but now you're not. It's not just a free agent running back. Now you got Zach Charbonnet.
yep.
That's probably not going to be able to start the
No,
season.
he's out
So
for 2026.
now he may get a bag by default because again, so it'll be interesting to see what Snyder does with that situation.
It's funny. I've seen a couple people
I agree with Tron.
I've seen a couple people on X talking about drafting him in the turnaround, the first or second round next year, and
Okay,
I just like, oh, come on, you can base it off one game.
okay.
One game, okay. You do that, and you enjoy the toilet bowl.
No, I mean, again, we all know what Kenny Walker is at this point. We've seen 4 years of him. Um, he's got a lot of good potential. He runs recklessly. He's always looking for a hit a home run. Sometimes to his fault. And when he doesn't have that hole, he gets swallowed up.
Yeah.
2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, and then again, if they may sign Kenny Walker, and they may have to
They're gonna
sign
go
another guy
draft.
if they want to continue with their rushing philosophy, their rushing objective. That's right.
Yeah, they
They,
need a
they,
two-headed monster.
they're gonna have to. They may have to go draft. They're gonna draft somebody. I know the Rams fans were feeling it.
Yesterday, just yesterday, I've been feeling it for the last freaking 5 weeks, bro. Feeling it for the last 5 weeks. I'm gonna feel it again this weekend too.
All right, I want to go through an exercise here. So because that 3 o'clock game yesterday, it was here's what this here's basically well I wanted to bring this up. Here's what happened on Saturday, and then we're gonna move right to Sunday. Saturday, that age-old question was answered or asked again, and then you had to answer it. Would you rather lose a heartbreaker, a real close nail biter, or would you rather get smoked off the bat? So that's what it was like watching the Saturday games. Now on Sunday, 3 o'clock, I'm thinking, all right, man, let's go. Let's go, you dogs, the dogs of war.
Here we go again.
There were no dogs of war. The dogs of war were in Patriot blue and red. The dogs of war were like a bunch of no names and Robert Spillane and Milton. The dogs of war. The dogs of war. What? How many? You ready for this? Let's count. Let's see how many passes or excuses we could give to CJ Stroud right now. Let's just all round them up.
Okay, so what? Offensive line,
1,
missing Nico and Schultz.
2.
Can't play outdoors.
That's it. 3. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the in-game? Like the outcome of yesterday, like the actual in-game. The offensive line, I would think is more of a zoom out kind of thing. Not having Nico and Dalton Schultz, that would be for yesterday's game. That so, but again, total excuses. How about the weather? Should we give him the weather as an excuse for CJ? The actual weather.
Sure, why not? I don't think he deserves that, but yeah, we'll give him the weather too. But he's played the weather like that before, you know.
The weather, the elements.
But we can only say
the running game.
It's like, what do you call it, on a loop, like
the running game. He doesn't have the offensive coordinator. We can go with it's excuse after excuse after excuse. These are all, as far as I'm concerned, Rhino. These are just symptoms. They're symptoms to what the actual problem is, and the actual problem is that he's not a dog. No, the actual real problem is that right now he's still not processing the game. He's
processing it very slowly.
You would know. Okay,
too slow.
If you want to process slowly, I would suggest getting out of this game.
Yeah.
You can't possibly be that indecisive, not knowing whether you should take off or whether you or step back into the mess. You can't be that indecisive when it comes to you have a guy that's just basically bared down on you, and you're still throwing, and you're actually still releasing the ball, which is not even a clean release.
His throws were wonky, weren't they? Did they seem wonky?
They're not
putting the throws and not getting like all the like pushing the ball out.
We saw the same thing. We saw the same thing.
Yeah,
the week before.
So something's up with that.
It's a processing and an indecisive problem, big problem. So Josh Allen, another exercise. You guys think Josh Allen would have lost that game in Foxborough? No. You think Josh Allen would have lost that game on the Texans as the Texans quarterback?
Nope.
No, absolutely not. Someone like Christian Kirk, someone like Jay Nagels had a pretty good game.
He played well.
He had a pretty good game under the circumstances. That's right, 65 yards. He led the team in receiving yards. Again, a number of players that if you put an above average to good quarterback, they would have beaten the Patriot team, because with that defense, they created their own turnovers. They got to Drake May 5 times,
but he only lost one fumble.
He protected the ball. That's right.
Well, he fumbled it. He fumbled it 5 times, but he lost one fumble.
The 4 turnovers by CJ Stroud alone, and then another absolute backbreaker from Woody Marks. Woody, come on, Woody. Fucking Woody. Damn it, Woody. That's the end of it. That was the end of it. It was just like, oh, I can't believe they're going out like this. They're 28-16, and they were within a score. They were within a score in the third quarter. I was like, come on, man, come on. Let's see. Where's the CJ Magic? There was no CJ
No
Magic.
TJ Magic.
Let's give a little bit of credit. I know Tron doesn't think that they were very impressive, because I don't really think that they were that ultra impressive either. They did play a good game though against a inferior offense.
And a damn good defense.
Inferior offense. Their defense stepped up without doubt and took advantage of an inferior offense. Like Stephon Diggs, Keyshawn Boot, Booty. Yeah, they look good. Drake May looked good. Drake May did not look like CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud looked like CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud looked worse than Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. He looked like a bad Bryce Young.
He looks worse than Bryce Young. So you know what? Fine, because I get that we just shouldn't abandon these players in a win now society, in a instant gratification society, in an instant gratification league. We shouldn't just abandon players. We need to give them time. We need to give them more runway. Okay, fine. So it's okay, CJ. If you think they were going to give you some sort of extension after what we've seen, no way. Right? They picked up Bryce Young's 5th year.
Yeah.
That would be exactly what I would. Yeah. That's exactly what I would do here. There's no need to give him any type of 4 or 5 year tour type deals right now, or even Sam. I wouldn't even give him a Sam Darnold deal right now. I'm gonna end up with Matt Nagy. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, I would be Schmidt too. That guy, to me, he's not it. I know that. Okay, fine. He's had experience before, and yes, he comes from the staff of the Chiefs. I get that. I don't think he's got it, unfortunately. I would have taken Salah over there.
I wonder if they decide to go somebody more with experience than take a chance on somebody not, He's not bad. He's not a bad coach, though. Just kind of just meh.
Meh.
That's it.
Or schmeh.
Yeah, or schmeh.
Yeah. Oh, and look, if you guys are winning, if the Titans are winning, they'll look like Vince Lombardi. So
and I almost wonder if Nagy knew something was up. That's why I can't see him move so fast to hire Eric Bieniemy back.
The enemy.
Bieniemy.
The enemy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, talk about retread.
Oh yeah, he brings energy to the team. Always loved his energy. We miss his energy.
He brings his energy. All right, yeah, we'll see. 2022, 2021, 22. I mean, yeah, he had a lot of success. He's probably very good. I bet he works well with Andy Reid. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not suggesting that Nagy didn't work well with Andy Reid. I'm sure he works well with Andy Reid, and also again, I'm going to say this multiple times again. Andy Reid doesn't look like Andy Reid looks like he's not aging gracefully.
No.
He just don't. I mean, he is like close to 70, all right, and he looks like he's older than that. But again, neither here nor there. The Texans just absolutely ate at me yesterday, and then we get to the main event. Then we get to the Dogs of War. 10 degrees in Chicago. Talk to me. I'm going to give the floor to you. Right, because this is you. Because you are the Rams house. You are the Rams house.
Me and the Bulldog. The Bulldog was over. So Goats, one of my best friends, is a former Rams. defensive back, Mr. Greg Williamson. So it's fun. It's always fun
He was
watching things with
he
him.
must have been loving that Cam Curl.
The whole game. Okay, so first observation: Sean McVay called one of the shittiest freaking games he's called all year offensively.
So he said.
And the one thing I kept on yelling at TV, why aren't you running 13 personnel? Why aren't you running the ball more? And then Greg is yelling, get the ball to Devontae Adams. Get the ball to Devontae Adams. And there's just there's no flow to it. And just like in the third quarter, again, they come out flat. And that's been their downfall the last 4 or 5 games. Rams in the third quarter they've been coming out flat. And then they all of a sudden wake up in the fourth quarter. This is the first time the defense has carried the Rams team. But there's flaws in the Rams defense. They leave the middle of the field open too much. Too much. Great game. Great game. But good Lord, man, Caleb Williams.
If you think
the throw to commit. And then people are saying that was lucky throw. I don't think so. I think he told Komet, just if you see me scrambling, run to the corner in the end zone, and I'll get you the ball.
You're gonna buy us some more depth by continuing to circle and backpedal. I thought the Rams were going to get him down. And no.
Same here.
The only difference between this week's play and last week's play was that the only ones behind Komet this time, behind the player, was the camera wells.
Yep.
On the back of the end zone. That was the only. I mean, other than that, the difference between how he got it into the bucket last week versus this week.
Tron Goat, man. You're a stand-up comedian, bro. The nail salon, Don. They're freaking a lot of the male Bears fans they've seen uptick in the nail salons because they're getting their nails done now.
They're all bought in. They're bought in. They love that. That's fine.
It's funny because
that's fine.
This is the same kind of play he was doing with SC. It'd be maddening.
Wouldn't be my quarterback, but hey, if they love that shit. DJ, all right. Here's my first. Here's first things.
All right.
First things first with the Rams. I'm gonna give the Bears credit, and the Bears played them in their elements, and you forced the Rams to do things that they normally would do in terms of how they play offense. You didn't see much of the speed. You didn't see the speed of the Rams.
No, you could. A couple of times you see them losing, like Puka Nacua, a couple of passes. Looked like he couldn't get traction.
You did not see the speed of the Rams in this game. You did not see the motioning that you would normally see with the Rams in this game. God bless. God bless for you guys and my dog. Where's my dog? Because I mean, he played outstanding once again, and we're not asking him to run for 150.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're not asking him to do that. What we're asking him to do is to be decisive.
And the second touchdown run he had, that was beautiful because he broke it to the outside.
We're asking him to be decisive
and hold on to the ball.
And to be purposeful and deliberate is the word I'm looking for. We're asking him to be deliberate. So there are a couple of questionable things here with McVay. One of them is okay. He didn't have the same speed of the game, and he didn't have the same amount of motion. 2, if you've got Kyren Williams doing what he's doing, there was really no reason for Blake Corum at that time.
No,
there was no reason for Blake Corum because then that one run that Blake Corum had, he started off right to the hole or wherever he was supposed to be, but then he got it, and then he got indecisive, and then he went and turned the wrong way, tried to make something out of nothing, and it resulted in
nothing. Try to bounce it out,
and it resulted in nothing. I'm pretty sure we didn't see him the rest of the game. Okay, I get it, right? Like that was it. Like
Right.
you knew Blake Corum wasn't it either. That's a little bit of a pass. The other thing also, and I might be nitpicking because, and you might be nitpicking because it is like this is one of the best teams in the league with the best coach in the league. Oh yeah, the play that Kobe Parkinson. Okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This was the third time they tried that down the sideline. Kobe Parkinson
I
was
know.
out of it. He was out of his reach. Come on, you want to use these guys, Sean? Okay, let's do something else now. Let's get a
Well,
little more. Let's get a little bit more creative. I know you could do it. You are the man of being creative. Like again, I don't think the ball was out of his reach, but B, like we all saw the same freaking play 2 weeks in a row now. That down the
I know
sideline.
it.
Now again,
They did the opposite side of Terrence Ferguson. Terrence Ferguson almost made a pretty good freaking catch too.
now again, to his credit, and I think he's always going to say this shit, which makes him great. To his
Mm-hmm.
credit, he's like, yeah, I need to do better. I will do better. Like
Yeah.
he's holding himself accountable, which is
Yes, he
great.
is.
And there might have been one other small last tidbit I could take away from on the Ram side. Uh, no, I don't know. I'll probably think of something afterwards. On the Bears, I mean, DJ Moore blew their game. And if you don't believe the Shepherd and you don't believe the Rhino, then I would encourage you to look into Chase Daniels
Mm-hmm. Oh, he had a
breakdown.
great observation.
Just go look at Chase
Great
Daniels
observation.
and what he and how he broke it, how he saw it, how he didn't take a good angle. He should have went more to where all the grass was at that
Mm-hmm.
time, and instead Moore took more of a angle to where he actually wound up.
And he wasn't running. I think he also said he wasn't running the route at full speed.
Lazy. He was lazy. It was
He was
they call
lazy.
it. It's lazy. All right. So that he blew that game. DeAndre, I thought they tackled fantastic. I mean, how do you not give this team a grade of tackling ranked first? The DeAndre Swift was airborne at the goal line. It doesn't get any better than that. It
No.
cannot get any better than that tackle and what they did on that fourth down and what they did to get them off the field and what they did to get them in position, the position that they got themselves into with Sebastian Janikowski 2.0. My hat's off, and now we're gonna spend between this evening and Saturday. Well, not Saturday because we won't be on. Determining, evaluating, projecting, forecasting how this Rams team is going to win the rubber match.
Yeah,
They're gonna win the rubber match.
that's some
And
interesting numbers to throw down on Friday when we talk about this.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rhino, and this is something that doesn't show up, right? It doesn't. They won that game in a tough Chicago environment. Back from the dead, back in the playoffs. Those guys were freezing their asses off. They went absolutely ape shit
Mm-hmm.
when Cole Kmet scored again. They were in an overtime game in 0-degree weather. That to me I think that will be tougher on them than going now into Seattle to play the 12s.
It's gonna be 45 degrees and cloudy there.
But I'm talking about their
Yeah,
elements. Their
yeah.
elements being their crowd,
Well, yeah, and
their
plus,
noise, their noise.
yeah,
I don't see
but they're
that.
used to the 12s. They're used to that. You know, they're used to it. So, um, one other thing that they'll say about the game, and we talked about this before with Ben Johnson, 3 for 6 on fourth downs.
Went for too much.
Went
Take the
for it too
points.
much.
Take the points. Take the points. Take the points. He wanted the
So
6 points. I
was
mean,
what we always saw is Dan Campbell calling those plays last year, the year before.
it
It
was
was Ben Johnson doing it.
it was him. It was always him. It was him. The issue with one of those, I don't know if it was. I mean, the one to Luther Burden, the incomplete pass.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you throw you I mean, you're throwing it into like no window, and you're throwing it to someone who only has 40 catches on the year.
Yeah.
In a tight space. Don't you want Luther Burden out in space? Isn't that why he's out on the field? To be out in space, to be able to catch the ball and run with it, as opposed to having to sit down at the goal line? I mean, is that was the read? Was that the read? Couldn't you have put, I don't know if, I'm sure he was. Olamide Zacchaeus and DJ Moore was out there. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, they'll attempt to learn from it. The Bears, they'll attempt to try to parlay this over into the next season. As Ben Johnson said, does not work that way.
I love that,
and we know this. We know this already. We know this, right, Tron? Bears probably won't make the playoffs next year. I'm not going to be surprised by it. I'm not prepared to call that officially. I'm not prepared.
Being Commanders.
Hmm.
We don't want to text me. Are they going to be the Commanders next year?
No, that wasn't me. But I like it. That sounds about right. Maybe it was me. Who knows? But that sounds about right. All right. So Jeff Hatley, that's his name, right? Jeff.
Yeah, Headley.
Yeah. Who basically called the defensive plays for the Packers. Is not going to go down to Miami and call all the plays, or at least be the head coach of the Dolphins.
Make the defensive players grow some balls and hit people. But who's he bringing? Who's he bringing as an OC? And what are they going to do with Tua? What are they going to do with it?
Tua and the quarterback situation is tricky, to say the least. I don't think you start to.
No, I think they're going to trade him, because even Tua said that he's a fresh start someplace.
If you can trade him, that's not. It's not, again. It's not an easy piece to trade. So if you can find a team that could take on Tua, then that solves the problem. But if not, I think he'll be on the roster and be getting paid a ton of money to be a backup. Now, I don't know who the starting quarterback is, though. He should probably the defense was already playing pretty well, or at least they played a lot better down the stretch. We'll see.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they give Quinn Ewers a go next year and see what he can do for the full year, because next year's 2027 class of quarterbacks is going to be pretty lit, We
thought it was going to be lit this year, but I mean,
a lot of those quarterbacks are staying back another year. But I still think some of these quarterbacks, and we'll get into that, Goats, later on. When we do our rookie breakdowns and stuff. But yeah, I think yours, because they even said that he showed enough promise that maybe give him another look. He showed enough to jump Zach Wilson, big milk daddy. Come on. But you could jump him in there.
I mean, come on, Zach Wilson.
And then I like the Stefanski moved to Atlanta. I like that.
Yeah, that was that.
And I'll tell you too, low key, I like the fact that they kept the DC, because he had things starting to hum a little bit towards the end of the season.
Which one, Schwartz?
No, Uzak, the Jets' old intern.
Ulbrich,
yeah. So they retain him.
Yeah.
So there's going to be continuity. There'll be continuity within the defense, which is good to me.
Yeah, no, he's a good defensive coordinator, as long as he's working with a defensive head coach. As long as that's the setup.
Yeah.
Jim Schwartz is getting additional interviews, though, in Cleveland.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. You know who else is actually wooing people in Cleveland is the Jaguars OC. This little nerd, this nerd 20-year-old genius or 30-year-old genius nerd. But I say nerd in like a fond manner, right? I wish I had this brain. I wish I saw the things that he sees.
Yeah.
And what he was saying in an interview recently, how they were coming up with concepts that were manipulating the DBs into thinking that they were going to be in one place, but they knew that the route was not going to be at that place, or
Right.
they knew that they had to be somewhere else. There's some fascinating stuff, nevertheless. So yeah, I know that he's a hot commodity right now. I know.
Mike McCarthy was getting was talking with Steelers.
That's who they need to hire.
Yeah, I think, and
That's
he
who they
called
need to
that too.
hire. That's who they need to hire. I get. I know. I get it. I get it. We want a guy. We want him to be someone not just young, but someone who's bought into our way of doing things without having to force them into it. Just it needs to be a perfect marriage at a young age, so we don't have to keep doing this. But how about now? It's time to buck the trend, for crying out loud. Or you might as well just be going back on the big Ferris wheel again. So all right, you'll win a Super Bowl again in 5 years or 4 years or maybe next year. You'll win one, and then it'll be this freaking merry-go-round again. This hamster wheel. You want to win. You want to win now for your fans, so it doesn't go on that much longer. You want to get one as quickly as possible. It's Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has the exact same resume as John Harbaugh. Yeah, he does.
The one that came across this afternoon was the Cardinals' old OC getting hired by Detroit.
He's got the same exact resume with the Super Bowl, and what McCarthy actually has over John Harbaugh is, I would say, different experience, right? So he's on the offensive side of the ball. He's done the deal in Dallas. He's done the deal in Green Bay. He does well with quarterbacks. But in terms of like the accolades portion of the resume, yeah, it's basically the same. They're about the same age. One Super Bowl. They won almost around the same amount of games. Same thing for Tomlin, right? Only one team. Who else are we missing? Oh my God, Drew Pitzik.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Then you're going on about McCarthy still.
Sorry.
I don't get that one. I don't get it.
Drew Pitzik.
Yeah.
This guy stinks. He stinks. His team stinks.
This might be something that Dan Campbell can control a little bit too.
Dan Campbell stinks. No, I don't get that. I don't get what he's going to do with the Lions to get them back over the hump.
We'll see.
I mean, like, just for the simple fact that he had Kyler Murray turn into garbage or show his true garbage colors, you've got a blue chip Ohio State generational wide receiver that is like not generational anymore, even with his last name, because of that team. You have no real running game to speak of that he was able to manufacture. Michael Wilson is his like claim to fame, but
yeah.
and Jacoby and Brisket.
Yeah.
What a terrible game. All right, so the Canes, baby. Canes are at the Hard Rock. Like, so they added. So I know that the venue is set before the game. So so obviously it was always at the Hard Rock, and now Miami actually playing for the championship in their backyard.
In their home. Yep.
How's it?
I use favored by 19.5.
And they're favored by 19.5. So they're that much better than Miami.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're good, but I think what I'm going to keep my eye on are the two quarterbacks: Carson Beck for Miami, and then Fernando Beck to the Raider and Mendoza.
Carson Beck to the Jets.
Good.
That high? Oh my God.
We'll see. I'm ready for the game though.
What a fucking disaster. What else did I wanted to ask here? Indiana plays in the same conference as Ohio State, right?
Yep.
In Michigan.
Yep. Big Ten.
Something's wrong here. Something's very wrong. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Big Ten versus ACC. No
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
SEC.
yeah. See now, you're onto the same thing I'm onto right now. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, John. So Indiana, out of nowhere, the basketball school, Indiana, now has a football team.
Well, they were good last year too. They made the playoffs last year too.
Maybe it's got to be the playoff system, which is like a real playoff system.
Yeah.
So Indiana is now playing for the college national championship with a guy who just came onto the scene this year, Fernando Mendoza. Then we have.
No, he was on the scene last year.
Okay, he was on the scene last year,
but he's like full blown onto the scene this year.
But he was on the scene. What year is he in? He's a junior or senior?
This is second year. This is second year with Indiana. I can't remember where he came from. He transferred. I can't remember where he transferred from into Indiana.
This is his second year with Indiana, and he's been in college for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
no SEC, no Ohio State, no Michigan. Who would be the other team in the Big Ten? Wisconsin. No.
USC's in the Big Ten.
You who?
Oregon.
They're in the same conference as this one.
Since last year, bro.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
All about the money.
Well, yeah, but still,
there's no.
They're doing it the wrong way. They're doing something that's not appealing. This whole entire apparatus, okay, is flawed, where it's causing like even like the casual college fan like myself to question like what the hell is going on here. And I'm almost certain that this could be fixed, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're perfectly content with it as long as the money's coming in. But where's it coming into? The school? Is the money going into the school, or now the schools are actually starting to give out the money to the kids?
The boosters are paying. The boosters are the ones.
The boosters, yeah. Where's the money going? Where's it going? TV? TV is paying absolute shitload of it.
There's actually it's fun. It's a lot of the colleges are now hiring GMs.
No, not athletic directors, right?
No, just GMs because NIL.
What a joke! No, they have agents.
Yeah,
agents.
Yeah,
Heard funny. It was like someone in the dorm is now an agent. All right, goats, drone goat. We'll see you again this week.
Yeah.
Rhino, we'll see you again this week.
Yep. This was kind of nice doing a Monday show.
Monday reaction, baby.
Yeah.
Compliments of MLK.
Yep.
And the national championship. We'll see you again, goats. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much.
Be a difference, make a difference. Stay blessed. Have a good week, brothers.